We are live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Compass Podcast.
Welcome to our Compass News episode here on Compass Community Church Podcast. My name's Andy, joined by...
Matt Gordon.
Joined by? Joined with?
Joined by and with. Joined at the hip.
Joined at the hip. That would be a scary life, I think, for both of us. How's it going?
Good. It's going good.
We missed last week.
We did. I think we're missing about... it's about every other week is how it's turning out kind of right now.
Well, right, yeah. I was under the weather last week. I didn't want to cause you to feel under the weather either.
Yeah, appreciate that.
That'd be bad.
That. If we were both out for the count, then who would do this?
Sunday was rough. I led worship on Sunday.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was bad.
Was it like raspy, almost like, was your voice gone at all?
Do you know who Lou Rawls is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, that's an old singer who had like a really low... Anyways, it was bad.
You're channeling that, though. Like
I was channeling something. Speaking of Sunday, we're going to make this a quick episode because we have things to do and there's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about. And so speaking of Sunday, we're continuing our series of looking at the Apostle Paul and his journey, his missionary journey, his life, his story, all that kind of stuff. Last week and the week before, actually, we showed baptisms, which was a pretty cool thing. Tell me your thoughts on that experience.
On baptism? My thoughts on baptism are that it's...
Well, on the baptisms that we had here and kind of the stories that we shared.
It was great. I was there at the service where Wade and Grace got baptized.
Nice.
So that was the 9 o'clock service, I believe. It's so great just hearing their testimonies. They both just sounded very... in the recent years and throughout their whole life leading up to this point, that it was a right time for them to be baptized. They declare that publicly, and it's always so emotional. You see them go under the water and then come up, and I know them both too, so it was also very personally. It was exciting to see that.
Very cool
journeys through. I worked with them on Compass Camps this summer, so they're great leaders, and it was very exciting and very I don't know. The church celebrates. The whole church is behind your back, and when they come up and you cheer for them and clap for them, it's something because it's just so exciting because we're all in it together, and the fact that they did that with your church and you're there to witness it is just so awesome.
Yeah, really cool. 11 o'clock we had, so the 2 weeks ago at 11 o'clock we had Tim from Shelburne get baptized. And we had another individual who we need to be careful. We were able to share their story in-house and at our different sites as well. But now that we're kind of online talking about it, we need to be careful because this person came from a country where they left due to religious persecution, and they don't want their family to have to deal with that. Their family is supportive of their move to Canada and everything else, but we don't want to put their family in harm's way or anything else. So they came to Canada. And they came to Canada as a Christian, and then they landed in Toronto and moved up to Shelburne and got baptized, and that was a really cool story as well. I don't know if you were able to see that story.
I heard of it. So it's
pretty incredible, and just for me, it brought reality to the fact that my brain right now is thinking about Remembrance Day and people have paid for our freedom and all that kind of stuff. And it just brought to reality for me that sometimes we take our religious freedom kind of too lazily, we just take it for granted, right? Whereas someone who they had to leave their country because of their beliefs and their faith and stuff it's crazy. Yeah,
there's so many stories where it's through challenge and even persecution and whatnot. It can create such a it just shows how God's power is displayed then through an individual, and then it can be so inspiring to those who witness it.
Yeah. So we're having baptisms again on December the 18th. We have four more people getting baptized, which is kind of cool. In the whole Christmas season, we're going to be celebrating baptisms. And then I know we're already talking about January, February. And so if you're listening or watching and the whole idea, the whole thought of baptism has been kind of on your mind or in your heart, and you want to have conversations about that, reach out to either of us, and we'll direct you to the people to have those conversations with. We'll even have a conversation with you.
Yeah, for sure.
This guy goes to Bible college. He'll baptize you on the spot. No, but
don't tempt me. I'll do it.
we'll have conversations with you, and we'll help you make that next step in your faith journey. Exciting things.
Very exciting. Yeah.
So tell me about your your alarm clock. What time do you wake up in the morning? What time do you go to bed? All that fun stuff.
It always depends. Right now, the system I have is I go to, I think I said the last podcast, I'm working at a school now every day.
You are.
I need to be there at 8:15, so I'm up at 7 every day.
Are you not
right
working?
now.
You're not working today. Let's
Not today.
Let's not talk about all that stuff right now.
Yeah. I'm off the clock right now.
Awesome.
This is me. This is my unwinding time.
Nice.
But yeah, so usually up at 7, shower, change, breakfast, all that by 7:45-ish, and then.
So what are you going to do when with time? Like, how do you adjust to time change? You know where I'm going.
Oh,
with this.
I know where you're going.
You
with
know where
this
I'm going
now.
with this.
I am. Usually, the first day obviously hits so hard. The first day it really messes with your system. I find.
Yeah.
Then by day 2 it's usually okay. But I'm looking forward to. We're gonna get more light, right? Is that the point of this?
The point of fall. So on Sunday, November 6th.
Yes.
The clocks go back. They fall back. So we gain. So if you go to bed at 9, you're really going to bed at 8.
Okay.
So we do.
Yeah.
I think. And so right now it gets dark at like 6 or 7 or maybe 6. So now it's going to get dark by 5 because the time goes back.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I don't either. The biggest thing
It's
for me, I
stupid.
find, is I love waking up to the sun.
I hate it.
You hate it?
It shines right in my window, right in my eye. It misses. So we have blinds, and you know how like the blinds hang on strings, and there's holes in the strings.
Blind, yeah.
My son, the sun,
My son every morning
son.
comes through the blinds.
It goes right through that pinhole into my eyeball, and it's so annoying.
You need to.
we need. I know. I need shades or blinds or curtains or.
Yeah. I find it. I love waking up to the sun
Sunglasses or-
way more than alarm. Like an alarm sounds so. It's like someone yelling at you in your ear. But then the sun just feels peaceful.
You need a better.
It's natural.
You need a nicer alarm. You need like a sing-song alarm or no. Wah, wah. You have one of those?
Nuclear
Wah,
alarm.
wah,
No, I had a
wah.
room. My roommate over 3 years had one of those, and it drove me. It was
terrible.
terrible to wake up with every day. So
Nadia has one. It's like a song. It's joyful and I need joyful. I'm grumpy in the morning, as you probably know on Friday mornings. I'm grumpy
until he gets his coffee.
Until I get my coffee. So yeah, this Sunday clocks go back. I don't understand the science of it. I don't know. There's a lot of discussion about whether they're gonna keep it or not. But until then, clocks go back. So if you have any, do you have any clocks that you actually manually set?
I have one electrical clock that I
do
beside my bed. Yeah.
Your alarm clock?
My alarm clock, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I use my phone on my alarm beside it, but I have this clock that I can look at the night, and the buttons are so sticky. You have to so when the power goes out, you have to pretty much punch in this thing just to make sure it stays intact. I've had it for a year.
So you do have at least one clock you have to manually change.
Yes. Yeah.
Your parents probably have microwave and stove and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Touching
car.
The car is the biggest.
The car one.
That one. Eventually, got to get around to that.
I just leave it so then I'm either really early or really late, depending on the season.
One of those is way better than the other.
All right, so this is your friendly reminder to change your clocks, and also this was just popped in. Change your smoke alarm batteries and your CO2 batteries.
Thank you. Someone needed to say that.
It's important. I mean, the firefighters don't say it. Well, they do say it enough, but people don't listen.
I know. Listen to your firefighters.
So
don't be afraid of them.
They're very friendly.
They are.
They fight fire.
They fight fire, and only the toughest people can do that. I don't know how you. I couldn't fight a fire.
I mean, I could fight a campfire.
You could fight a campfire?
I can.
What's your move to fight a campfire?
Throw water on it. I don't.
Okay.
It's a campfire. It's not that scary.
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking more just like me versus the fire. If I bring water, I feel a lot more confident. But yeah.
All right, let's talk about this is going way off the rails quickly. Hopefully you're still watching and or listening. Let's talk about tomorrow. So this will be put out tomorrow. So if you're listening or watching, then let's talk about today, Saturday, November 5th. What's happening here at the church?
Well, again, if you're listening to this, you got to get going because you got to get down here for our Harvest Fall Craft Show, which we've been talking about the past few weeks or month or so.
Yeah.
And it's finally upon us. It'll be Sunday, November 6th. No, 5th. Sorry. Saturday, November 5th, which will be, again, today.
If you're watching it.
If you're watching this.
Yep.
9 a.m. to 2 p.m. here in our Orangeville site. There will be vendors all over in the auditorium and all over the whole church here. Be super exciting. It'll be a great opportunity to meet people in the community, and also be a great opportunity if you're looking for a Christmas gift. It's that time of year where you got to get thinking. You don't want to get behind on that. that one stubborn uncle you don't know what to get for. He's always
The uncle that we don't want to admit that we know and we have in the family, that uncle?
yeah, so you don't even know what he wants, but you can
I'm
just
that
find
uncle.
something. He's getting nothing for Christmas.
I'm getting nothing.
Yeah, but come see what might be what might be waiting for you here at the Fall Craft Show.
We have a volunteer in the kitchen today, this morning, currently, as we're filming, making chili, and they're selling chili as well. Chili, buns, drinks, desserts, all that kind of stuff as well. So that'll be here if you get the munchies to come and have some chili. The proceeds of all of this, so how it works is vendors buy a spot, they rent a spot from us, and the proceeds of that go towards our mission experiences to Guatemala, Dominican Republic, and Windsor. You've been on all three? Two?
I've been to Windsor, and we did a Haiti trip a couple of years back.
Oh, okay.
So I've been
Nice.
globally, and that's globally there, and also the more local Windsor one. But
In 2 sentences, really quick, good experience, yes or no? Would you do it again, yes or
I
no?
would absolutely do it again. I'm wanting to do it again at some point soon. They're unforgettable experiences.
Awesome.
And especially at a young age, they just form your faith and your passion for leadership and development so much.
And correct me, so the Windsor mission experience, that is for the junior highs?
Yes,
Is that right?
highs, yes.
So grade 6 to 8. And then the Guatemala, no, the Dominican Republic?
It's called
Guatemala.
Guatemala. They're doing a Guatemala trip. Yes.
Guatemala is for young adults.
Yes.
Dominican Republic is for senior highs.
I believe so, yes. We are the people who should know this, but I'm pretty sure.
We're 65% sure that we're 80% right all the time. So anyway, if you want more information on these mission experiences, they're run through our Compass Students Ministry. So feel free to reach out to them. Information on our website. You can find out everything you need from them. Speaking of our Compass students and the mission experience, they did a great thing on October the 31st, Halloween night.
Ooh.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah,
and then you
go
can
for
tell
it.
me about what you did for Halloween.
Okay, sure.
So every year we did.
Get your hopes up.
I sat at home and ate candy that I was supposed to hand out. I didn't hand it out.
I didn't give it to the kids.
5th annual Trick or Treat for Hope, which is a fantastic experience. There's a lot of wheels and legs under it. People are like prepared and ready to hand out. What they do is our Compass students goes around to 3 neighborhoods right now, and I think it's going to be growing for next year. And they collect perishable food items, or non-perishable food items, I should say. Not perishable. That'd be bad. Here's some moldy pieces for the food bank. And this year they collected almost 1,200 pounds of food in one night, which is phenomenal. And so our Compass Students Ministry wants to say a big thank you to 30 students and leaders for just another fun and successful year of collecting food for our food bank.
Almost 1,200 pounds.
Right?
That is... How do they carry all that? It's crazy.
Not all at once.
Okay.
So
it's one guy's job to pull that.
all
wagon.
the kids, they're not even collecting candy. They just have cans everywhere. Last year I helped out. It was our first year in town, and I wanted to experience stuff, and so we helped out. And so the kids walk around, and there's a leader in a car driving around, and they drop off the canned goods into the car, and then so that's how they collect everything.
Wow.
So
it's a system there. Good.
They have a fantastic system. Parents, if you're wanting your kids to get involved, I would recommend it personally. But I also had to bribe my kid that I'm going to buy him more candy because they don't get a whole lot, and that's kids go out for Halloween.
It's about giving. They've had enough trick or treating. They've had their pass. I know.
I think so, but I like chocolate too, and I want my kid to get candy, so I'll buy him candy.
Yeah, I know. Mitch went, my brother, and he enjoyed it.
It's good times.
It was a fun night. So,
What'd you do on Halloween night?
I'm a student, so I had class actually that night, like 6 to 9:30. I had a class.
Did you dress up for class?
I should have probably. I should.
Do you watch The Office?
Yes, yeah.
I just watched the episode where Pam's working in New York. And it's Halloween, and everyone back in Scranton dressed up for Halloween, and she's in New York, and no one else dressed up, but she did. And she dressed up like Charlie Chaplin.
Yep.
You seen that episode?
I know that episode. Yep.
And when she took off the Charlie Chaplin hat, she didn't look like Charlie Chaplin anymore.
Nope, she looked like someone else.
She looked like someone else who she did not want to dress up like. Anyway, so that's what happened on October 31st. What is happening? So this Saturday with the Fall Craft Show here in Orangeville, and then Sunday night we have something happening in Grand Valley.
We do. It's a full weekend here in the
full
Compass
weekend.
community, full packed weekend. So we are having our open stage coffee house.
Woo.
Where we're featuring local musicians and time to get that. And the collection will also be performing there. It'll be at the Grand Valley District Community Center starting at 7 p.m. It'll be a great night of local talent, community building, and just some good music. I'm excited to hear about it.
Do you play the kazoo?
Do I play the kazoo?
That's such a random instrument.
No, would you?
I don't know. I mean, there's an open stage. You could do a
kazoo solo.
Kazoo solo.
Some hard blues.
Speaking of coffee houses, and we love our coffee here at where are we? Compass.
Yeah.
It's still the morning and I need to wake up. November 13th. So next Sunday between services, or after each service, I should say, after 9 and 11, we're having another time of coffee and connection in our North venue. We did it back in September. Great opportunity just to meet people. We have a lot of new people coming. And so if you're new, then we want to invite you to come and meet people, meet the staff, meet us. We'll shake your hand. We're kind of celebrities now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Noah.
You like to wait in the line.
Yeah, Noah, watching from Tyndale.
That's where he's living, yeah.
He's living in Tyndale. Speaking of Tyndale, we're going off track for a second.
It's okay, yeah. We'll get back.
I see that like once a month they have like a worship night happening there.
Oh, they do, yeah. They have, very often they have a thing called Sanctuary, which is a student-led worship night. I think it's usually the Sunday nights is when that happens.
Thursday nights they have some worship thing going on there. Do you know anything about that?
Thursday nights?
Worship project in Ontario, or no, you don't? Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Awesome. Anyways, back on track. Coffee and Connection here in the North venue on Sunday, November 13th, after the 9 and 11 a.m. service. There's going to be coffee. There's going to be connections. Because that's why we're calling it coffee. And cookies.
And cookies. You can fit the cookies just like in a...
Special requested by some lead pastor that works here.
Yeah.
He loves his cookies.
Loves his cookies. Does not get enough of them.
It's his birthday today.
It is actually, yeah.
What are you doing here on his birthday? Don't answer that.
He doesn't know.
What's his happy birthday? Pastor Andrew. Pastor Andrew.
Yeah.
Does he like being called pastor?
He's mentioned it would be like calling like a firefighter Sam or whatever, firefighter Dave.
I agree with that. Hello, librarian Mary.
Yeah, Chef Dave. Like it's just like
actually, chefs like to be called chefs.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, so my dad's not like a chef.
Yeah. No. Yeah. If you don't call chef, it's like the army.
Oh boy.
For real, it's like
it's
yes,
war.
sir. Absolutely. Yeah, it's his birthday. So if you're watching this, when you watch this, send a belated birthday to Andrew Gordon.
Tell him we sent you. No.
If he were to get a birthday cookie, what would be his choice? Do you
Birthday
think?
cookie? Cookies. Something of like a nuts or something. But I know what he likes. He loves pie.
Oh,
pie is his big thing.
I feel closer to him already. I mean, it's been a great time here at Compass so far. But now that I know that he likes pie,
you've been missing. It's been like 80% complete. You know what that last 20% is now? It's
man,
pie.
I could go for a good lemon meringue right now.
Oh man, we just passed Thanksgiving. And
okay, this is not. If you're listening or watching, this is not aimed at you at all. But this is a story I have to tell about pie. So I was preaching at a church a few years ago, and somehow whenever I talk, food always comes up. Go figure. I don't know why. I like food so much.
Hey, we need it. Yeah.
I think I used lemon meringue as an illustration. And the next day before I got to work, someone put on my desk in my office, like lemon square things. Ooh. I was like, man, I need to do this again. I need to talk about food. So a month later, I'm preaching again. And I mentioned Doritos. I somehow used Doritos in a sermon illustration.
Yes.
I don't know how.
Very popular in sermon illustrations.
Right? I don't know how it worked, but it did. The next day, 3 bags of Doritos on my door.
Like the full bags?
Like the full, like the family fun size bags.
Wow.
And 3 different flavors. I think like the regular cheese, the black bag, whatever that one is, and then like maybe Cool Ranch.
Yeah. Wow.
So then the next time I preached, I'm like, I purposely, I was like, I got to fit in food somehow. So I mentioned like steaks. Nothing.
Oh, man.
I know, right?
You tried too hard.
I did. I did.
I was gonna say like I wanted like a full Christmas dinner. I wanted turkey,
too
ham.
close to the sun.
Tried your best.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, you got it. I'm glad if you never tried that, you got to find your limit.
Well, that's right. So I mean, lemon meringue and Doritos are kind of the line.
Yeah.
But anything
meringues that's a great offer. It's a great deal.
It's delicious. It's so good. All right, a few more things to bring to your attention. Hopefully, you're still watching. Or listening to us on
Wake up.
So this past Sunday night, actually it was this past Sunday night, we had an evening of prayer here in the North venue. Prayer is fundamental in our Christian faith. We strongly value it here at Compass, and we wanted to set time aside once a month for people to come and pray for each other, pray for our community, and be prayed for as well. And so this past Sunday we had it, and we're having another one on November the 20th, 7 p.m. I mean, we honestly, we could read the script about what it's all about. I could go on and on and on about it. But if you are looking for a time just once a month to come and pray, have some quiet time, the room, we had our team set up the room. It was wonderful. It was comfortable. It wasn't rigid. It was really cool. If you want a place to come and be prayed for, and or pray for others, or just pray on your own, find a corner in the room and just pray. We want to invite you to that on the 20th of November.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be here in Orangeville. It'll be an amazing opportunity, and it's honestly something that if you let it can change your life through prayer.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's all we have for our Compass News on this episode.
That's it.
The last paper doesn't matter. We talked enough about the last point. Did you just really? Actually, that's kind of freeing. I like that. Yeah. Wow.
That was fake.
That's like magic. You can't do magic in a church. You know, the sad thing is I got to clean up all these papers when we're all done.
Hey, I'll help you.
You don't have to. Yes, you will. All right. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free to comment and ask questions. Send them our way. We'd love to hear from you. We will do our best to answer any questions that you might have.
For sure.
Noah, if you have any questions, please feel free.
Please ask me.
And then we can answer them on the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
Q&A. Like questions as silly and ridiculous as what are you drinking in your coffee mug, to something as theologically heavy as 7 days or 7,000 years. That's a good way to end the podcast.
That's a great way to end the podcast.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again.
Take care.